Hey, welcome back to another episode of Fatal Frame. We found some juicy lore last time in the back rooms. And we took out the guy with the long-armed guy. I don't think I went through this door yet. Gotta love this sudden, goes completely quiet and then, changes the audio track. But I feel like if I remember correctly, there's something about this room that's not good. Several pieces of paper on the floor. Looks like part of a notebook. The red notebook. 10th of September, 8 p.m. I clearly saw the image of a woman in front of the mirror, near the entrance. She had long hair and a white kimono. There were ropes tied to her arms and legs, and she dragged them along when she walked. I think I heard Koji talk about something like that too. Something very wrong with this house. Put the notebook in my file. Okay, nothing here. Something here. She's looking at something. Something at my feet. More film. Good. Alright. So far, so good. Something over there, and I think that's a door. What's over here? Something over here and a wall. Researcher scrap. The mystery of the rope maiden. Among the few documents found on the ritual, mention of the rope shrine maiden is made many times. Her arms, legs, and neck are bound by 5 ropes. However, no documents discuss the role she plays in the ritual. One theory is that she is a sacrificial lamb, but I find it hard to believe that such a cruel ritual was practiced. Well, dude, then you don't know people in superstition, because they will do crazy, crazy things. Sacred water. There's something wrapped around the handle. It won't move. It looks like hair. Ugh. Yep, this is it. Ouch. I actually don't think this is the thing I was thinking of, but there was something here. That's not true. That's fake. I took a picture of that guy. Gotcha. It reminds me of something, but I can't place it. So we had to deal with that guy again. I remember, there being a dude in there that chases you with a hatchet, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. Let's see, the other door that I thought was progress is probably over here, right? Yeah. So those other 2 rooms are kind of dead ends now. So this has to be progress. And there was still that one spot here, right? Do I have to like examine this? I think if I remember correctly, in later games, they make it way more obvious where you have to take a picture of something. Or maybe it's just because I haven't traveled all the way where I need to be over in this other room, because there's a door right there and there's a door right here, and the ghost was walking over here. Yeah. And take a picture of this seal. Aha. There's some place shown in the photo. I wonder if there's something there. That's in the back rooms. The fastest way. Oh, look. Forrest has been here. The fastest way would be this way, right? Turns out the other way was the faster way. I know. I remember the picture. It didn't count because, like, I swear, by the time this game is done with, I'm going to learn the controls. It feels like a powerful presence is in the back row of the room. No, go back, go back. There's like a weird delay on the camera, on like the menus. Seductress. A strong ghostly sense has disappeared. What are you looking at? Spirit stone. Yeah, really gotta pay attention to where her head bobs. Because when she's looking at something, there's something that usually there. Usually, but not always. Alright. I'm going to try that other door before I go through the one that I just unsealed. Because I didn't check that door. Best case scenario, it's just going to be like, it's locked. And there's a save room here. Herbal medicine. This isn't the entranceway, is it? Black notebook scrap. September 13th, 9:30 a.m. We found Ogata's body. His head, hands, and feet were strangled off. What happened to him is just like the strange deaths that occurred here long ago. There was a photo of Ogata near him. In it, there was something that looked like ropes on his neck, hands, and legs. I wonder if it has anything to do with the rope shrine maidens and the legend around here. The girls that had ropes tied to their neck, arms, and legs too. A couple hours later, Tomoe is acting strangely. She's been mumbling nonsense all morning. Something about ropes and mirrors. I can't blame her for going to pieces. Though after seeing what happened to Ogata, 5 stones documents. Give thanks to the 5 gods' protections. Place the stone representing the 5 mirrors in the correct location. Wonderful. Oh right, yeah. I can't go through here because I have to like finish the chapter. Because as you play through the game, it's like over the course of like 5 days, I think. And as you play through the game, it's like, it gets more and more like renewed and restored. All right. No. Cool. What? Did you see that garbage? The door closed and pushed me out of the way. No more talisman. The force that was holding the door shut is gone. Blood. Blood? Blood. Well, we're not following that. I don't think we've been there yet. Well, I missed that photo opportunity. Nothing. Several pieces of paper in front looked like part of a notebook. September 13th, 3 p.m. Tomoe's condition is getting worse and worse. She can't stop shaking and she keeps mumbling the same words over and over again. I don't know if what's happening is anything supernatural or not, but in any case, I think we'd better leave as soon as possible. You didn't decide to just leave when, like, you found the guy dead? Tomoe is in such bad shape, she can't even move. I guess I'll have to look for a way out of here myself. Even if we waited for help, I doubt anyone would ever come and look for us. Because we forgot to tell people where we were. I don't know. No. No, Miku. Miku. I know you want to go look at that, but I want the item. Red tape. Am I still not able to use the tape recorder? I could have sworn you could just use it wherever. Maybe I gotta use the tape. Can't use that item here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
September 9th, 5:40 p.m. The mansion was nowhere to be seen on the map, so we finally had to ask the locals how to find it. They told us that Himuro Mansion had been empty for several decades now. The same ones who told us where it was also warned us not to come here, which was quite disconcerting.
And yet you went anyway. Did they also bury Harrietta in the basement?
September 9th, 9:40 p.m. It seemed dangerous to walk through the mountain at night, so we decided to spend the night here and continue our work. I've been through several rooms already. Unlike the exterior, the interior is still in quite good shape. A little earlier, I thought I saw a white, shadowy figure of a woman in the hallway near the entrance. I'll keep track of such sightings and publish them in a later account.
So we're missing red tape 1.
September 11th, 8:16 p.m. We looked all over the mansion, but we still couldn't find Koji. While true that this mansion is huge, I'm certain we would have found him by now. Could we have already left? He's been saying something about more ropes since we took some photos yesterday.
I don't know if you heard that, but it sounded like someone said strangle and laughed. But listening to these cassette tapes, really, for people who didn't grow up during a time when there were cassette tapes, man, you're missing out, because they sounded way different than compact discs ever did. And it's kind of like VHS tapes. They hit a little different, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's a bit annoying. You have to rewind it every time, and the VHS or the cassette player sounds like it's gonna blow up because of how it starts getting faster and faster. But I kind of miss that, because there's a little bit of tactile response. There's something in the place of the photo. Well, we haven't been there either. I don't know. There's just something a little simpler back in the day of buying a cassette tape and then listening to it, or, voice recorders and tapes were not cheap, but there was something different about recording yourself on a cassette tape than there was just on your phone or whatever. It didn't sound as crisp or clean, but there was just something about it that was different, more motivating to do it, I guess. Now it doesn't really seem to matter all that much. Maybe because it's not as quote unquote new and cool. It's kind of like I was watching cassette tape. And I was watching an episode of The World of Cartooning with Mike Peters, and he was interviewing Chuck Jones. Chuck Jones was talking about the early days of animation and how the back in the early days of animation, you can get away with so much stuff that you couldn't get away with 20, 30 years later, because people were just happy to see it, cartoon characters move, and everything was super new. Oh my god, what just happened? You're next, buddy. You're next, buddy. Anyway, well, where's tape 1? Anyway, so people were able to get away with stuff in the early days of animation because it was so new that you could make a bunch of obvious mistakes. And then there was he was talking about the early days of radio, the early days of radio were so fresh and so new that Orson Welles and everybody could just take a medical journal and read it, and it'd be so dry and boring, but because you can't carry more than one stone mirror at a time, because like I said, it's a full heal if you die. Anyway, so it's basically they could get away with doing stuff that nobody would listen to now, or at least then back in the 80s, 70s or 80s, because it was so new. People were just they thought it was cool. Which is along the lines, I guess she's looking at that door, which is along the lines of stuff like podcasts and stuff too, right? People listen to podcasts about stuff that they would never like. Back in the early days of podcasts, they would listen to stuff that they wouldn't really listen to now because it's no longer new.
September 12th, 9 a.m. I found Koji.
Koji.
His death was just like the one in the mountain village. His head and limbs were severed. I can't believe what's happening.
Do I have enough points to get like that new stuff now? The perks? No. You know, I kind of wonder if I should just continue to increase the power, charge, value of mystical power. I don't have enough. Might as well boost this stuff so that, like, I can at least, you know, maybe get more power points quicker. But yeah, like a lot of people would have listened to, you know, back when podcasts first started, listened to a lot of stuff they wouldn't really care to listen to now because it's like it was so fresh and new and such a great, like a new idea. Like just some random guy off the street can make a, you know, a 2-hour long rambling session. And it was like anybody could do that. Woman turning. You know, you might want to get that floor fixed. It's a pretty big health hazard. Several pieces of paper on the shelf. They look like a part of a red notebook. September 12th, 1:45 p.m. My sixth sense is telling me some children are playing here. I can't see them, and they keep calling to me. Are they playing tag or hide and seek? Maybe they might be the children in that photo. September 12th, 4:30 p.m. There were human heads in that room. So many of them. They were cut off by the Himuro family master. They were all trying to tell me something. I never should have come here. I should have trusted that sixth sense of mine. Kitty, eh? A doll with long hair and a white kimono. It's roped off with sacred ropes worshipped. Something shiny on the shelf. Spiritual stone. This is where that door is, right? Like where I need to take the picture for that door. Child onlooker. Kid, now's not the time. Where is it? There it is. Are you saying wait or play? Ah, damn it. Oh, did she stun me? She just re-dead me? Yes, this is a let's play. I don't think... Is this the only time you fight this one? No, of course not. Of course not, of course not. This one might run a little bit longer because I'm pretty sure I'm getting to the end of the first night, and what I'll end up doing is like fighting this ghost. I'll keep playing, and if I end up like, you know, if it ends up running too long, I'll just split it into multiple parts and just like, you know, notate it. But I'm pretty sure like I'm very close to the end of the first night, and it kind of seems a little strange to be like end it and then it's like 5 minutes and then like that, you know. I mean, alternatively, I could end the episode and then just tack it on if I need to, but you know, I think I will do that. So I'm going to end the episode here. If I end up only having like 5-10 minutes to finish the rest of this chapter, then I'll just tack it on the end of here and I'll just make a notation of it. But if not, like, I appreciate you watching. If you made it to this point in the video, I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.